I am Jennifer Okolo. Today on Top Stories. On 18th October, Nigeria recorded 89 new confirmed cases of COVID-19. The latest statistics were provided by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control. So far, 209,387 cases have been confirmed, 197,312 cases have been discharged, and 2,838 deaths have been recorded in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Well, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says although Nigeria has received help from friendly nations and the COVAX alliance, less than 4% of its eligible population would have been vaccinated by the end of the year. He also said the country could not afford not to have its own vaccine production facilities. Osinbajo said this in Abuja at the International Conference on Health Access Beyond COVID-19. The Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Laolu Akinde, disclosed this in a statement titled, "Nigeria has what it takes to become a leader in healthcare." The Vice President also called for a private sector-led initiative to make the country self-sufficient in basic drugs production and in being a net exporter to Africa, noting that Nigeria had the human capital to build a more efficient healthcare system. While security operatives have reportedly killed 10 bandits terrorizing Kwanan Batru on the outskirts of Fatinka in Giwa local government area of Kaduna State. Scores of the bandits who engaged the operatives in a gun duel were said to have sustained injuries and abandoned their motorcycles as they escaped into the forest. The State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arawan, who made this known, also said the troops rescued one Abubakar Usman, who was abducted by the bandits. Arawan said one of the sheds used by the bandits to hold their victims hostage was raised. The commissioner quoted Governor Nasir El-Rufai to have commended the security operatives for taking out the notorious bandits. Well, the federal government has filed an amended 7 counts against the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. One of his lawyers, Maxwell Opara, has said. Opara stated this in a short interview with journalists on the premises of the Federal High Court in Abuja when he accompanied Senator Ifeanyi Ubah to file a motion on notice seeking an order granting him leave to visit Kanu in the custody of the Department of State Services. It was gathered that the amended charge, which was filed by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, bordered on treasonable felony and Kanu's alleged involvement in acts of terrorism. As at the time of this report, the details of the amended charges had yet to be made public by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. Meanwhile, the Director General of the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Dr. Fatima Waziri, has said the agency is in the final stage of developing the National Action Plan on Human Trafficking in Nigeria 2022 to 2025. She also said NATIP was stepping up its efforts by applying a 24-hour all-hands-on-deck approach to all cases of trafficking of persons. Waziri Aziz said this on Monday in Abuja at the Grand Finale Award and speech marking day organized by the Action Against Trafficking in Persons and Smuggling of Migrants in Nigeria to mark the European Union's Anti-Trafficking Day 2021. NATIP boss lamented that trafficking in persons in Nigeria and West Africa had become the largest criminal enterprise despite sustained efforts by the world governments and the international community. Waziri Aziz added that NATIP was at the final stages of developing the National Action Plan on Human Trafficking in Nigeria 2022-2025 with the support of Switzerland and technical support from the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. And that's all on Top Stories. Do stay tuned for the rest of our program. Thanks for watching.